Drop a like and do share. Leave your comments and do not forget to subscribe for more videos.
What's up, guys? This is Manoj Bhaktani. I welcome you all on behalf of the ADpedia world. Fasten up your seatbelts. We're about to take off with the first topic of the day, and that will be what all aspects should be verified in a review of management and employees. Let's suppose you have been entrusted with the responsibility that you need to review something relating to management or the employees. What should be your prerogative in that particular case, and how are you going to draft your audit program? What all key areas are you going to check while you review the management and employees? Let's understand them one by one. You need to first of all check out what is the workforce of that company. Is it a mid-level kind of a company? Is it a small-scale company? Or the number of people who have been working in our organization are extremely huge in numbers. So you need to just check first of all what's the workforce of that company and see whether the same have been appropriately staffed or not. There could be a possibility wherein the business usually expects the kind of business that company is running for, that expects a lot more people around them. Okay. However, the company is still short of people into their organization. So all you need to do is just need to check the workforce of that company and see if the same have been appropriately staffed or not. That is number one. Number two, you need to check and study the personnel policy, that HR policy if I'll talk about. So you need to study that personnel policy of that company, their wages and salary bills, their employee benefit schemes, what all different kind of schemes are available and are in place with respect to that company. Number three, you need to analyze the job profile of each and every person who has been working under administrative and managerial staff of that existing company, and whether the same are being appropriate or not, whether the people who have been staffed, are they adaptable to changes with respect to the acquirer company on behalf of whom you have been appointed to take care of the review of management and employees. This question basically is primarily on behalf of the company in which that existing company is going to get merged or is going to be acquired by that company. So we are going to review the management and the employees of that existing company for the forthcoming company in order to ensure whether the persons who have been entrusted with the responsibility of working in the current company, are they really good enough to work for the new company as well or not. So you need to analyze their job profile accordingly. Number four, you need to see whether there is some kind of protected litigation, some kind of negotiation with the labor organizations going on in that company or not, and you need to analyze that impact. Okay, it could be a possibility that the people around that company are just not satisfied with the kind of services, that kind of remuneration they're getting from the existing company, and the labor union may be in such a way that they are strongly and recurringly protesting against the management and the employees. So you need to check in that case whether some kind of litigation or negotiation is going on already with the company or not. Number fifth, you need to check with the deposit of statutory fees. Verify that the company is prompt in depositing its dues like provident fund, employee state insurance, ASI, then gratuity, then leave benefits. Are they really compliant with all these statutory dues on time or not? That is especially needs to be taken care of as far as your statutory compliances are concerned. Then comes, you need to verify and identify the unfunded gratuity and the superannuation benefits in the company. What's the status of those gratuity and superannuation funds? Are they still available in the books of accounts of that company or not? Are the same available in the bank accounts of that company or not? So you need to check in that particular case, because you are going to acquire that company, and the persons who have already worked out with that company definitely are actually going to arrive at your doorstep in order to ensure that they get their due gratuity and superannuation once that company gets merged with your company. So they are not going to leave you up. So you need to identify that what's the status of that unfunded gratuity and superannuation benefits. Are they still intact with that company in its bank accounts and respective other various places or not? So, and what's your going to be the monetary liability in that particular case? Then comes, you need to consider the pay packages. You need to consider the pay packages of the key personnel who have been working with the company, and check whether the same are in tune with their prevalent market conditions or not. So if in case they are beyond the market conditions, you are again very much positive, and you are always open to renegotiate your terms and the remuneration things with the key personnel. And if in case they'll be like willing to work with you under the new brand with a lower package, if in case they agree to it, definitely it's going to be a very much welcome step for any of the new company. That is something which can be talked about once the renegotiation part comes in, but you need to consider the pay packages of the key personnel. That's extremely important. Okay, next comes analyze the ESOP and the other plans. So you need to carefully analyze the employee stock option plans, employee economic value addition, deferred compensation plans, performance linked payment incentive schemes, and various other aspects over here. So that is again going to be a part of their big bracket remuneration. So you need to analyze ESOPs as well, because sometimes in majorly companies ESOP usually form even almost 50% of the remuneration for any of the companies and its employees. So it depends on the company with which the company is going to get merged. Next comes lastly the key employees. So you need to identify the key employees who would really continue after the acquisition, or any kind of retrenchment policy or any transfer policy which is in place. You need to consider that, because this is something which is extremely important for you as a new company, that who all are the existing key employees who are really willing to work with the new management and the new company. That should be taken care of. So these were the aspects which needs to be verified while you are planning to acquire or merge an existing kind of business with your company, while you are reviewing the management and the employees. Perfect, guys. Shall we proceed further? Cool. Let's move towards the next topic, and that will be statutory compliances should be looked into when evaluating a restructuring plan. Comment. This question was asked in one of the C final examinations. So let's understand what we can provide as far as this question is concerned. Number one, statutory compliances of any entity should be investigated in detail. Okay. So whenever you are like looking into while evaluating one of the restructuring plan, okay, whether you should restructure that company or not. So first of all, you need to ensure that the statutory compliance of that entity should be investigated in detail whenever you are taking up any of the restructuring plan. That is number one. Then you as an investigator, you should look into the applicable laws, what all different kind of applicable laws are applicable to that company or not, and you should make a list of the compliance which is required from the company's end, and see whether the company is literally like complying with each and every kind of compliance or not. Number three, you need to verify. You need to verify whether the company is complying with all the applicable laws, and check if in case the company is contravening any of the requirements and compliances or not. Number four, you need to analyze the impact. You need to analyze the impact of penalty levied, if in case it's been levied, if any, for any of the contraventions of the legal provisions. It might be a possibility wherein the company is just not complying with some of the requirement by overseeing it or taking it for granted. However, the impact is quite bigger, guys, and the company needs to pay a hefty amount of sum as penalty. So you need to take care of the impact it's going to have on the financial statements, or be it any of the business as well. And lastly, you need to check the existence of impending litigation, if any, going against the company. There might be a possibility wherein the company is already fighting with some of the legal suits, and you just need to take care whether there are some of the existing impending litigations going on against the company or not, if any, and what's going to be its monetary impact. Is it definitely going to hamper the business and the financial statements of the company or not? So these are the primary things which needs to be taken care of while you look into while evaluating a restructuring plan. That statutory compliances should be like investigated in detail. You need to check with the applicable laws and make a list of compliance which is required. Verify whether the company is complying with all these applicable laws or not. Analyze their impact on the penalty levied, and check if the existing of the impending litigation against the company going on or not, and what's going to be its monetary impact. I'm sure that you guys got the complete clarity with respect to this aspect as well. I'll be concluding my video with a dose of motivation, and that is very much simple. Well begun is half done. If you are doing something, go for a big shot, go for a best shot, and do it in a perfect manner, because it's being very much clearly told, if you are starting out something good, then your word and your work is almost half done. So well begun is half done. That is something you need to keep here in your mind. Thank you. On behalf of the Edupedia world, keep interacting via questions, queries, and YouTube comment boxes. I will love to answer each one of your queries and grievances. Stay connected. That will help us in understanding your needs way, 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 way better. I'll see you in the next presentation with some lot more exciting topics with a new chapter altogether. Till then, keep working hard, keep involving yourself in extracurricular activities. Love you all. God bless. Sayonara.